Hello, it's Blackbeard here. It's been a bit since I've done one of these videos. The background gameplay is going to be Unite because I had a stream not too long ago, and I don't plan on really doing anything with the video itself or the VOD itself, so I'm just going to be using that. I will say I am not showing my camera this time, so the camera that you see in this footage is not the current me, obviously. I'm gonna be taking sips of water throughout this because I'm probably gonna be yapping for a bit. Anyway, where to start with this? I will say that, recently I did have a birthday on May 31st, so it's been a couple days now. I didn't really, unless you followed me on Twitter, I didn't really say much about it. I also posted like one thing on Instagram, but I'm not even on Instagram like that, so yeah, there's that. So I didn't, so usually on my birthday I kind of just relax. I'm just kind of in the house. I don't really do anything. It's not really a special day to me. Like, as weird as that is to say, right? So I thought this year would be the same, but friends organized a little hangout. We went out to a bar and all that at some point, and honestly, it was a blast. Like, truthfully, like, I haven't really had a hangout like that on my birthday in literal years. Like I almost feel like the last time I had a hangout like that was when I was like a teenager, and obviously I couldn't like go to a bar or anything like that. But we just went out to like, I forgot what we did, but now, there might be some years I'm forgetting stuff, but honestly, I'll be honest, outside of this year, I would not say my birthdays have been, like, amazing. Most of the times, it's just another day, I just happen to age up. And then, a few years, my birthday has fallen on a year of which I was doing really bad mentally, and it just, I didn't care about it. So, this year being so different and so fun was like a very big surprise to me. Shoutouts to all the homies out there that organized this, because I was I was genuinely going to literally just sit here and just relax. Like, I wasn't going to leave my house or anything. Or anything of the matter. I didn't plan on doing anything, but hey, it was very fun. It was very fun. Also, if I do sound a little low energy, I'm very sorry. Like, you would think that I would be a lot more, like, hyped talking about that. So recently, I have been really bad on sleep. And combined with a lot of the stuff I've been doing recently, it's kind of brought me into a, like, kind of low energy state. If you noticed, actually, matter of fact, the stream VOD that I'm using as footage for this video, I was pretty low energy throughout the whole thing. I'm not going to have the audio from it in here or anything, because I'm going to have my own music in the background and all that. But if you go back to the Twitch VOD, it was a couple days ago. I think it was literally June 1st, so it was the day after my birthday. I was pretty low energy. Obviously, there's a lot of factors in that. Obviously, I was at a bar for a while on my birthday. So when I came home, I was obviously tired. I woke up pretty tired from just, you know, being out for so long. That day itself was pretty low energy for me, but really just in general, I have not been doing well on my sleep, at all. So all that kind of compounded into recently, where I have actually gained a bit of like a dull headache that has not gone away. Actually, well, I think today is the first day I haven't really felt it, like, which is really good, because I was kind of starting to get really concerned, because I'm like, I've never had a headache that just doesn't go away, after either sleeping or just like a day, or just taking medicine for it. But I did some research, and I was like, and I learned that apparently if you are low on sleep, you get what's called like a dull headache, for not the scientific term, but it's basically a headache that's kind of like lingering, like you feel it. It doesn't like it doesn't like affect how you do things. It doesn't make you sick or anything, but it's like, it's kind of like it's an annoyance. It's an annoying feeling in your head. And I've had that for a few days. Yesterday I went to bed pretty early. The last 2 days I've been going to bed a little bit earlier than normal. I would say that it's not as early as it should be, realistically. I'm still going to bed at like 12:30 or 1. And then a few days before that I stayed up until like 3 a.m. and I'm pretty sure that was like the final nail in the coffin for that to start, because I don't stay up to 3 like I did when I was like a teenager anymore. Like, that's just not a thing that's in the cards anymore. If I'm up until 3, usually it means I've either been out for a while, or I've been doing something and I lost track of time. But very rarely do I genuinely, willingly say, I'm staying up till 3 to do whatever the hell I want now. Like, I don't do that anymore. So, yeah. In my case, I just lost track of time. And I think I think I was talking to my buddies in call too. So, yeah, kind of a bad call on my end, but hey. But yeah. But if you're concerned about the headache, it's going down. I've slept early. I've been sleeping a lot earlier. Even tonight, I'm probably going to go to bed like 12:15 or 12:30 or something. I don't really have much to do. I don't have much to do today. I'm not trying to really get anything. I might play a little bit of Unite, but it's not gonna be like I'm not gonna stream it. Like, it's probably just gonna be some last end of season things. And the reason I might do this, and I actually want to talk about Unite next. So, if you've paid attention to Unite Twitter, you will realize that Japan Unite Twitter has dropped info on the new season that's coming out in a few days. Season 20, we are once again bringing back EX Mons, 1 EX Mons and Masters, and we're back to 1400 draft. Now, I want to just make a disclaimer. Y'all probably saw the Twitter messages or the Twitter threads or whatever, where I talked about how, not even a Twitter, no, actually not even a Twitter message. It was a Google Doc where I kind of talked about my feelings about Unite recently, and I said that I had been playing it too much. And I said and I was gonna cut down time next season depending on what they decide to do with the game. Now, I was assuming that we were going to have maybe 1 EX at most, maybe, and stay at 1200 or have Ultras draft, right? Personally, I don't think the EXs currently are that broken anymore. Like, they're like B tier mons or whatever, but like, I don't really want to fight them. They're not fun to fight, and personally, I like the meta better without them. But that's not my problem. My bigger problem is season 20 is going back to 1400 draft, which basically means the first 2.5 weeks of the season is going to be just nothing but blind pick. Like, you're not going to get a draft game. Like, unless you coordinate with people to get to 1400 as fast as possible, and then play with said people, and then get more people up to 1400, you're probably just not finding a draft game. And even then, you're going to have to, like, snipe each other. Like, consistent draft games at 1400 do not start until, like, 60% of the season's over, and it's really silly. Like, I really think they should have just went to 1300 if they wanted to strike a balance, or maybe even like 1350 or something. I don't know, or maybe like 1325. I don't know. So it's like, strike a balance. Like 1400. Like, I get the mentality, like, because in theory the really bad players are going to be gatekept, because unless they are like boosted by someone that's actually good at the game, they're probably not going to hit 1400. I will say that when draft first hit ranked and was 1400 the first time, I will say that when draft actually became consistent in the latter half of the season, I will say the games are way more higher quality than draft this season. I will admit that. But at the same time, I couldn't even get draft games until literally like 2.5 weeks in. Like, unless you're gonna make a separate queue, there's literally no reason to do this. Like, I don't know. It just kills my mood to want to play. And I know I said I was gonna try to like do something new with Unite and all that, but like play less. But honestly, I think I'm just going to just focus on other things as a whole now, and just like I might rarely play it. Maybe when we get to like maybe a couple weeks in, I'll start playing more. But I know for a fact for these first 2 weeks, I'm definitely not gonna be playing like nearly as much. Like I don't have a reason to. The only reason I even continued playing really was because of draft. And now that we're literally back to we're actually worse. Like we're not back at square one. We're actually back. We actually went backwards beyond square one. We're on like square zero because they've added EXs back to it as well. In the original 1400 draft, we did not have EXs allowed in Masters at all. So we actually went. We not only went backwards, but we actually went even further back than the starting point. And that's my problem with it. Like, I genuinely just don't, I really do hate when, like, I don't know, I just feel like Timmy's not trying with global. Like, my guess is, like, everyone's guess is that they're funneling resources in the Chinese version, but I'm gonna be real, I'm gonna need that to hurry up. If they're doing that, they need to hurry it up. Because, like, it's just, this game is getting so, it's not fun. Like, what they're doing, like, it feels like every time the game feels fun for even, like, a minute, they do something that makes it not fun. And, frankly, I'm kind of sick of it. And, like I said, I've already played well over the amount of Unite games that I should have been playing last season. So, honestly, this starting season, I'm probably just not gonna play much. Like, I'm definitely not solo queuing. I'm not solo queuing. Like, if I play, it's gonna be with minimum a duo, trio, or 5-sec. Like, I'm not doing that. I'm not doing the whole solo queue thing again. I only did that last season because I wanted to play draft. That was it. But now they've made it to where draft is probably locked until like 2.5 weeks in. So, it's just not. I don't know. But it gives me an excuse to finally get off the game for a bit. So, or at least play it way less. I might actually start doing Unite events, like the events that come in the game, if they have like a skin I want to, or a skin or a mon I want. But I'm not going to like, I'm not doing the thing where it's like I'm solo queuing constantly off and on stream anymore. Like, we're not doing that. Another thing that's really bad about this upcoming season is that, as y'all know, T-Tar is overtuned right now and is like makes blind pick pretty unplayable, honestly. Phalanx is also kind of an issue because Phalanx is really just balanced around the fact that draft lets people like at least put 1 to 2 mons that can deal with it, so that the Phalanx doesn't get this like free reign, right? But we don't have that in blind pick, and since blind pick is pretty much the name of the game now for 2.5 to 3 weeks, so basically at least half the season, we now have to deal with Phalanx and T-Tar. We have no way of knowing if we're gonna fight them if we do not draft for them in blind pick, and we find either one of them, we probably just lose. If we draft for them, or if we do draft for them in blind pick and we don't fight them, congrats, we have wasted mons that are better against them than the rest of the cast. Like, and it's funny because depending on how people are, they honestly might just go like, I know trio queues are going to be really bad because I know eventually they're going to be like, okay, we're going to play T-Tar, and then we're going to play the mons that counter T-Tar. We're going to play the mons that deal with T-Tar's counters, and probably likewise for Phalanx as well, and then it's just going to be bad. Like, I think T-Tar is more of the, like, problem for me in terms of, like, blind pick. Like, I don't want to deal with that. Like, there's too many, like, mons that get, like, roided off of blind pick, and it's not fun. So, yeah, I don't know. I'm not playing solo. Um, but so that yeah. Sorry, this is I really am just like yapping. I'm sorry about that. Um, kind of just trying. I'm trying to think about what I want to talk about. But yeah. So what am I going to do now without Unite or cutting down so much Unite? Well, it's funny because tomorrow I'm going and tomorrow as in Tuesday because I'm recording this on Monday evening right now, and I'm going to start up Battle Network 5 again, and I'm going to do the Dark Lloyd Omegas, and well Dark Lloyds plus Larkman and Gridman Omega. Um, all that should probably take at least an hour at minimum. If I suck, and I'm pretty sure I'm going to suck since I haven't played the game in a while. It might take longer, that's fine. But we're planning to at least get this out of the way, and then we're going to hopefully set up for the end game where we are going to actually just grind the rest of the library. Megas, Gigas, Program Advances, so we can take on the Omega form of the final boss, and that will conclude the playthrough. Then we're going to start our next playthrough, and I'll be honest, originally I was trying to keep this a secret, because I thought we would be well playing it by now, right? But due to a lot of things that happened last month, and the month before, and I don't mean like bad things, I mean just like busyness, life stuff, events and stuff like that, like Comic-Con happened, PopCon happened, Indie VGC Regionals happened, and and then another mention, I had a lot of like life stuff to deal with as well, and it was just like, okay, I don't really have time to just like sit down and just like play Battle Network, right? So, but my next game is going to be a game I was gifted by a fellow homie Darko. Xenoblade Chronicles. Now, I've never played this game. I've never played this series of game ever. And I was told it was long, so and I was requested to play it because, I mean, I said I would eventually play it, right? So my thing is, since I've never played this genre of a game, I don't know how well I'm gonna like it. I hope I like it, because I would feel kind of bad if I don't end up liking it. But I will admit I've been kind of like scared to play it, because I'm like, if I don't end up liking this, it's gonna be really bad, because it's gonna make me feel pretty bad, because it's like, well, my buddy gave me a game that is known as good, and I don't end up liking it. And I will admit, like, and I actually talked about this on stream the other day, like, at the very end of stream, with a couple people, I am very picky with genres, not in the sense of having fun with them, but more like, if it doesn't look like a game I feel like I'm going to invest a lot into, I typically avoid it, right? Or if I'm worried that I'm not gonna like the game, despite everybody else playing it, I usually tend to avoid it. I will admit that this is a very scaredy cat way of thinking, and I will admit it has kind of caused me to stagnate on the types of games I play recently. I remember as a kid I would play literally like anything, right? Like, outside of like a few like really overbearing things, but like, what was I saying? I feel like I would play like almost anything, and nowadays I just kind of stick to whatever I want to do, and it kind of lowers the ceiling of games I play, because it means I'm not likely to play new games if I have not shown an interest in the series before. So that's the thing I was kind of scared about. I'm just gonna rock with it though. I'm going to hope from what I've heard, people are saying that I'll like it, so I hope that's the case. I really do. Especially because the game itself, I heard, is going to be long. I heard it was, like, long. Like, I'm talking about, like, KH3/KH2FM length, so it's not going to be a short playthrough. It's going to definitely take, like, probably, like, a month, all things considered, minimum to actually go through. So there's that. So that's gonna be my next game, Xenoblade Chronicles. Um, so that's gonna be fun. So after that, so the plan was after Xenoblade Chronicles, we would play Battle Network 6. Here's the thing, though. Two games have come out recently. One of which that I'm pretty much obliged to play, just because content reasons. Toad, Jinso Wonder, or Foresight, which by the way, I had no idea was coming out. I literally, because one day I was literally just looking up Jinso Wonder, just like, I think I was like, oh no, it wasn't even that I was looking it up. Some dude in my sub box on YouTube uploaded like, it was Jinso Wanderer, right? And the guy uploaded a scene that was not in Lotus Labyrinth or Reloaded or the OG Jinso, and I was like, wait, what is this? And I looked at the title and it said Jinso Wanderer Foresight, and I was like, is this a new game? I looked it up, and I kid you not, it had released the day before. I looked this up on the 25th. The game dropped on the 24th of May. So this game is new. Like, this game has not been out for over 2 weeks. Like, this game is new, and it is a new game in the Jinso series. It's not an import. It's not, I don't think it's an import like Lotus Labyrinth and Reloaded was or anything like that to the States. It is a new game, I'm pretty sure. Because I have never seen this game ever. And it's not a remake of one of like the old Jinso Wonder, like the OG, like OG Jinsos that never hit the States or anything like that. Like, this is a new game. And it was kind of a jump scare, I'll be honest, because I didn't expect more Jinso Wanderers. I thought they were just going to import all of the ones from Japan to the States. I didn't think they'd actually make a new one and release it in the States. So, yeah, I'm pretty much obliged to play that at some point. I don't know when, but it'll be at some point. I was thinking on the side with Xenoblade. I'm gonna see how into Xenoblade I get first. If I get really into Xenoblade, I might just save Jinso Wanderer for a later date. If Xenoblade Chronicles is like, if it's a game that's slow to start, I might do it on the side. I don't know. But either way, Jinso Wanderer Foresight's going to be a game in the future. I don't know when. I don't know if it'll be like before. Because possibly I could play it on the side next to Battle Network 6. But I don't know if I really want to do that. Honestly, at this point, and that actually brings me to another side topic. It's still related to like playthroughs, but it's something I want to talk about. But before we get into that, let's talk about the other game. Paper Mario 1000 Year Door remake. So I'll be honest, I was never a fan of Paper Mario as a kid. I liked the OSTs. Now, I didn't hate Paper Mario, right? I just didn't have any interest in it. But I did like the OSTs. Super Paper Mario, Super Dimensio's theme or whatever was like one of my favorite themes as a kid. I never played the game though. I almost bought it. Because there was a time as a kid where I was just like, I need new games to play. And I had heard Super Dimensio's theme or whatever his name is. And I was like, oh, this looks fun. Or this sounds really good. I might want to actually like play this game. It never came to me though. Because Super Paper Mario was on the list of like other games. Like there was like Blaz Blue or whatever, however you say it, as well, that I was thinking of picking up. Like there was a lot of things that I was just like, I should try new games. And yeah, it never came to fruition. I never played any of them. So I've kind of gotten caught in the same little net again, where I'm hearing the music from the 1000 Year Door remake, and specifically like some of the new stuff they added and the OSTs for those, and I'm just gonna like, I'm hooked on these OSTs, and I kind of want to play the game now. Granted, obviously, I would not be getting to those fights anytime soon if I started. And that brings up another thing. If I am going to play it, I would either have to... If if I'm playing Thousand Year Door, I either need to make a decision. I need to either play it on the side next to Xenoblade, or play it off stream completely, or play it off stream but record like certain boss fights. And by certain boss fights, I mean probably like late game, kind of like I used to do in the past. But yeah. So I don't know how I'm gonna do that. If I do get it, I might. It kind of depends. Right now, I feel like it might be just a high from listening to the OSTs, because the OSTs are like peak. So I'm gonna give myself a few weeks, and if I still feel like I want to play it, I will make a decision then. By then, I probably should already be on Xenoblade Chronicles though. If I actually keep pace and finish Battle 5 in the reasonable time, like this month, as long as I finish Battle 5 early in the, like, at least no later than halfway through the month, as long as I stay on that, I should be okay. I should already be on Xenoblade Chronicles by the time I get to make that decision, right? So we'll see. I don't like. I'd like to play the game on stream, the Paper Mario Thousand Year Door remake, but like I don't know. Coming in a really rich situation, I definitely cannot juggle like two big games like that though. The only reason I was even thinking of juggling Jinzo Wonder Foresight and Xenoblade was because at the same time was because Jinzo Wonder games, despite how long the streams are, aren't actually that long story-wise. The reason they're long is because you get whooped by them. Like you get whooped, you just get whooped by the. You just get whooped by the bosses, and you have to grind for it and get equipment and all that. The actual story isn't that long, which is why some streams were a lot shorter than others in Lotus Labyrinth, because I could literally just deal with what I lost to, and then that'd just be it, right? So that was my reasoning. But if I do Thousand Year Door, I cannot play them both. I have to and since I'm already behind, in playing Xenoblade, Xenoblade has the priority of being the stream game. And Thousand Year Door just might have to be literally like an offline, like I'm gonna just play this off stream type of game. So for days that I'm not playing Xenoblade Chronicles, I can just kind of take a break and just play Thousand Year Door. I will say, it is very funny because I don't think I've played a game off stream in years. And I mean successfully. I tried that with the Advance Wars remake, and I kid you not, I played like chapter 1, started chapter 2, and put the game down. Like, I don't know why, but I can't hold interest to games that I'm not like super heavy into anymore if I'm not streaming them. And while I did like Advance Wars as a kid, part of the reason my interest faded with that is because the game came out too late. Genuinely, all the delays with the Advance Wars remake, it kind of just soured my mood to play it. And by the time I actually got the game, when it came out, I impulse bought it for $60, and then I didn't play it. Or I didn't play much of it. And keep in mind, this was the first game too. There's another game in the package too that I need to play. I'll probably get back to that at some point. But honestly, at this point, I might just make it a stream game. Y'all can see me suck at a tactics game or whatever. Or an actual, tactics game, not Survive or whatever. But, yeah, it's just... I don't know. There's a lot I want to do gaming-wise, but, I need to, kind of get into, I need to get back into, the kind of healthy habit of just, if I want to play a game off-stream, I can. I don't have to stream this game. Would it be fun to stream it? Yeah. But with everything that's going on at this point in my life right now, I can only really afford one stream game at a time. And that's and I'm talking about, and that's even with the cut down on Unite. Even before the whole Unite binge or whatever, I've always only had time for one game on stream, because I like to finish the games in a reasonable pace, right? So Yeah, we'll see. We'll see. That's all I can really say on in regards to that. Um, so I think that's what I wanted to talk about. The whole playing games on and off stream. I feel like I need to do it more. Just play it off stream, like games off stream more. Like I don't need to like make everything content. And I think that notion has made it to where I'm refusing to play games that I know I'm not gonna get content out of just because it's like a first time experience for me. And I think that's my issue. But yeah. So, let's see, we've talked about my birthday, we've talked about the plans to continue Battle Arc 5, we've talked about cutting down on Unite a lot. We have talked about streaming games versus not streaming games for me. I almost feel like that's it. Like, is there much else? I can't think of anything. Yeah, I can't really think of anything right now. But yeah, that's that's like the big thing. I guess also I'm going to be kind of just hopping back on Photoshop and like editing videos and stuff. Um, how long? I'm 31 minutes in. I don't know if I want to talk too much more, honestly. Um, I had some, I had some like lingering thoughts that were kind of like unrelated to well, actually, we'll talk about it a little. So, if y'all remember, and this kind of goes back to like the Unite topic at the very beginning. I actually don't think I mentioned this, but if I did, I'm sorry for like repeating myself. I wanted to, so the tweet, the little like the Google Doc that talked about my feelings regarding Unite, it brought up a fact that I wanted to make my streams higher quality as opposed to quantity. I feel like so much focus on streaming daily that my streams aren't like that like high quality. Ironically, Mario Kart's probably like the only time that they're like really like decent quality, and it's just because Mario Kart's like one of the few times that I actually organize like a get up, right? Or and stuff like that. That's not the case with Unite. I just kind of grab people to play and then just like go. Like I don't do viewer games or anything like that. So for season 20 I wanted to, and this was before the rules came out. I wanted to foster a community. I wanted to like start doing like I was gonna play Unite way less, but I wanted to like foster community. I was gonna start doing like viewer games, and then once I got like enough of a Unite community, I was gonna start doing like a 5v5 like friendly scrims or whatever, with draft and all that, because like I realized 5 stacking is fun with people that know how to play the game, and draft is fun. And I was like, well, how do we combine those for like a good experience and not have to suffer through like ranked? Well, you make a community. But obviously, to start making the community, I was going to probably start doing viewer games while playing solo to kind of just like get people that might have an interest in doing that. People that will stick around, watch my Unite streams and all that. Because realistically, right now, Unite is like very weird in terms of like viewership for me. I'm not a Unite streamer, yet I stream it. I mean, at this point, I might as well be considered a Unite streamer, right? That's not my intention, if I'm being completely honest. Like, I more so just kind of stream what I want. It's just Unite's been like the thing that I've been streaming a lot, right? But yeah, but I'm not trying to be like a full-time Unite streamer or anything like that. It just happens to be that I play it a lot. And the viewership's not really there, outside of like homies dropping in. Like, we rarely get like people that are like we very rarely get people that are new. Some people join. I mean, the other day I had somebody from like Chris's stream join and be in my stream for like a few hours, which is pretty cool. Like, it was fun interacting with somebody new in the chat, and not just like the usual like peeps or whatever. But at the same time, it's like I wanna do more. Like I want a lot of new people, right? Or at least I did. With the Unite changes though, I don't know if I really care anymore. I'll be honest. Maybe season 21 I'll go for that again, but like I think at this point it's kind of just like it's just an L. Like Timmy's just continuously knocking down Unite, and it's like whatever. Like I'm not even planning to stream the game that much coming this new season. Like if I stream it, it will literally be like duos and trios. If it's duos, I might allow people to join in chat. I know some streamers do that where they'll have like one static player that's like their friend, and then they'll allow one random or one viewer in chat to join. I might do that, but I'm not playing solo. I'm just not playing solo. So yeah, but I guess the reason I bring this back up is because I've realized I am very not like I'm more social than I was like in high school, but I'm still not really there. I'm just not good at the whole social aspect. Just in general, not just like with games. I'm not one to initiate conversations like ever. I find it really hard to, especially with how I feel towards like, for lack of better words, humans as a whole. I kind of feel like sometimes that I might be wasting my breath if I try or whatever. I also feel like I am not lucky enough to pull people, and just as a whole, like pull a group, like be able to like gain people, like I don't know. How do I put this? I feel like talking about my interest doesn't really do well when my state specifically does not have as many people that maybe I'm being pessimistic, but I feel like Indianapolis specifically does not have a lot of people that share my interest, excluding like Smash and all that, but like it just doesn't really feel very good to me. I feel like most of the people, from what I've seen, most people that would share interest with me, like maybe like Photoshop, gaming, are in like bigger states. I think Indie's just very bare bones and very weak in that regard, and I think that's part of the reason why I never feel like interacting with people, like people I don't really know in Indie, outside of like maybe when I join like friends or whatever, because I feel like the chances of them actually sharing interest with me are like very low. And I'm not gonna go into more detail than that, but I have certain responses to certain things that I've been doing, or being told to try, I guess I should say. I have certain responses to those because I just don't have faith in this state, honestly. I just don't have faith in this state, honestly. And I think, and I want to say I want to change that mentality, but realistically, it's Indianapolis. Like, maybe if I was like an Indy 500 fanatic and loved race cars or something, it'd be different, but like, nah, like, this state's just not. I don't know. But hey, maybe I'll get proven wrong at some point. I don't know. But I don't know. Part of the reason I wanted to make a Unite community was kind of because I wanted to build on social skills, but Timmy has shot that in the fucking foot again. So yeah, I don't know. For now, I'll probably just keep shitting on Indianapolis for being so not interesting, at least in regards to my own interests, but it be what it be. I'm not gonna go into much detail more than that. If you have an idea, I know if any close friends watch this in like the background or whatever, they might have an idea of what I'm referring to, because Uh, they might have an idea of what I'm referring to. But, yeah. Alright, we're 40 minutes in. I'm going to just stop this here. I'm going to need to cut a little bit of footage for this. Add some music to the background. This was just a big yap. If you've watched to the end, or listened to it to the end, because, I mean, this could be like a podcast at this point, honestly, just a solo podcast. If you listen to it to this point, thanks for listening to me. I don't really have much else to say. It's really just kind of like solidify getting some thoughts off my head or whatever. Well, anyway, that's it. I'll see y'all later. Peace out. Have a good one.